So how does it feel to be Citizen of the Year?
Well, it was a complete surprise.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned shock earlier on. Total surprise.
Now tell me a little bit about your background here. How long have you been in Petaluma, first of all?
We moved here in 1980. We were living in San Rafael before that.
Mm-hmm.
Found this country property because I had always wanted to live in the country. And so we purchased what was one of the original old chicken ranches in Petaluma. And it's west of town. And then we began renovating the house because the house was a derelict at the time. And that's what, almost as soon as we moved here, we became involved with Heritage Homes because we learned about the organization, and our house was definitely a candidate for renovation. I started a big garden at the time, and pretty soon I had a lot of produce in the garden, and at that time I started selling in farmers markets, particularly in Marin. And by going to Marin, I joined the board. I was asked to join the board in Marin. And after 2 years, it occurred to me that it was a great idea to start one in Petaluma. And so at that time, it would have been 1987. I just wrote an article for this, that's what I know. With the help of a lot of people and a lot of local farmers and so forth, I did start the Petaluma Farmers Market.
Yeah.
I've always had a passion for feeding people ever since I got involved in the farmers market. And when Petaluma Bounty started 3 years ago, going into its 4th season, we became involved, my husband and I, immediately with them. And even before that, we had been donating produce from our garden to PEP Housing. You know what that is. That was our charity of choice. When we joined Petaluma Bounty, we carried that idea with us to Petaluma Bounty, and they picked up on it. And so now the Bounty, and we continue to do it on a year-round basis, to carry food over to the PEP housing on Vallejo Street. So then, through Petaluma Bounty, I got involved with was invited to join the Petaluma Pantry Providers. And this is a group of Protestant churches and the Salvation Army, the Redwood Empire Food Bank, and the Petaluma Kitchen all sit on that pantry. And I was invited to join it representing Petaluma Bounty and St. Vincent's Church, which is where we go. Through that I met Pastor Tim Kellgren, who I'm sure has been in your paper many, many times. And he was particularly interested in getting a pantry going here on the west side, and he wanted it to be an interfaith pantry involving a number of the Protestant churches, but he was particularly interested in getting the Jewish congregation, B'nai Israel, and St. Vincent's Catholic Church involved. So we all got together, had a couple meetings, went to our pastors, got the okay, and last November we started the West Side Interfaith Pantry, which is out on Western Avenue on that island that's in front of your Lutheran church. Maybe you've seen us there.
I've seen it.
It'll be tonight. The Jewish congregation will be doing it tonight. It's been very successful, and it's really been, I just love it because it's interfaith. We are feeding, at the moment, between 45 to 75 families, depending on the weather.
Right.
And then we all come together to serve the community, and I think that that's a wonderful thing, and I really, really praise Tim Kellgren for that because he is remarkable. So
you're a busy lady.
I don't know.